This is a brief overview of the basics of citations and references for the School of Theology. This school utilizes the Chicago Manual style or Turabian style, which are effectively the same citation system, specifically the author-date format. First, let's briefly discuss why we have citation styles. Different academic disciplines have unique needs, purposes, and sets of questions, which is why multiple citation styles exist. For example, the fields of psychology and other social studies use the American Psychological Association, or APA, citation style due to its specific requirements. However, all citation styles serve a few fundamental purposes. They help us to avoid intellectual theft, ensuring we give proper credit for words and ideas. Citations help writers achieve three key objectives. Number one, giving credit where it is due. Number two, situating their work within the existing literature. And number three, guiding readers to additional resources. Moreover, professional-looking papers are more likely to be perceived as credible and authoritative. Thus, mastering citation styles is essential for establishing yourself as a scholar in your field. As previously mentioned, the Chicago and Turabian styles offer various citation formats. For your work in the School of Theology, you will need to use the author-date citation style. This involves using in-text citations in parentheses, typically placed at the end of the sentence before the final punctuation. It's important to remember that citations are part of the sentence containing the borrowed, quoted, or paraphrased material. If the author's name is included in the sentence, the citation information should follow the author's name in parentheses. Let's go over a couple of examples. Citations must include the author's last name, or names if there are multiple authors, the year of the publication, and the page numbers, especially when quoting. This is followed by a reference list at the end of the paper. Here are examples of in-text citations. Usually the full citation is at the end of the sentence just before the punctuation. For instance, if citing Robert Mao, you might write, "One scholar suggests that God has not only one thing in mind for our earth, but many," followed by Mao 2002 in parentheses. If you're using the author's name in the sentence, it would look like, "It is suggested," or Richard Mao 2002 suggested that God has not only one thing in mind for our earth, but many. If doing a direct quote, it would look like the second option. It is suggested that there are, quote, "multiple divine purposes in the world," end quote. Mao 2002, 50, which is the page number. After your in-text citations, you'll need a comprehensive list of all references cited in your paper. In other words, citations and references go together. One cannot exist without the other. All citations must have corresponding references and vice versa. The reference list entries should match the font and formatting of the main body of the paper, typically 12-point Times New Roman, using a hanging indent, single-spaced with one line space between entries, organized in alphabetical order by the author's last name. The most basic reference type is for a book authored by a single individual. Here's how that citation looks. You start with the author's last name, followed by the first name, the year of the publication, the title of the book in italics, and the publication details, city and publisher. Remember the 4 W's: who, when, what, and where. For journal article, here's a sample entry for a book that matches the earlier in-text citation. Mao, Richard J. 2002. He shines in all that is fair, culture, and common grace. The title, which is in italics. Grand Rapids, the publishers, City and State, Michigan, and Erdman's, the publishing house. For journal articles, the reference format is slightly different, but you still use the same 4 W's. You start with the author's last name and first name, who, followed by the year of publication, when, the article title, what, in quotation marks, and the journal title, volume number, issue number, and page range, where. For example, Kennedy, Dennis, period, 1998, period, Shakespeare and Cultural Tourism, in quotation marks, the title of the article, which was found in Theater Journal, volume 28, number 2, pages 30 to 56. Again, remember the 4 W's for journal articles: who, when, what, and where. For additional help, please contact the resources available in the Writing Center's website at quad.fuller.edu. The full text of the Chicago Manual of Style is also accessible online through the library and in the Writing Center. This is an excellent searchable resource. Feel free to make an appointment with the Writing Center for further assistance. Thank you.